How's it going, everyone? Got quite a bit to talk about in this video. A pretty major demo. Yet another free demo has dropped over on the PlayStation Store. If you're a fan of JRPGs, one you'll definitely want to check out. We'll talk about that briefly. Talk of Sony potentially launching a brand new PlayStation 5 console with a detachable disc drive. Won't be coming out anytime in the near future, but it's coming from Tom Henderson, so it looks like there's a lot of validity to this. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And interesting note about everybody's favorite game of the year and Babylon's Fall. Obviously, I kid. The game's days are, of course, numbered, and it looks like GameStop is getting a head start on that. We'll talk that at the end of this video, just something to note at the end. But let's start off with Star Ocean: The Divine Force. The demo has dropped right now. It is available on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, which is nice. I've seen a couple demos, most notably Wolong Fallen Dynasty. That only has a PlayStation 5 demo, so for cross-generation titles, nice for Square Enix to offer it on both platforms. So this does offer about 2 hours of gameplay, and again, think what you want about Square Enix, but what they're doing as far as game demos go, very nice of a callback to something that was done pretty regularly back in the day. I know back in the day, you know, in the PS2 era, it was more of getting like demo discs and whatnot, but in the PlayStation 3 era, you would see demos pretty regularly, and then it was kind of done away with. But it's a good way to promote games, and especially with Square Enix putting out a lot of Japanese titles that, yes, they're of notable IPs in the sense of Valkyrie Elysium as well as Star Ocean. However, they are IPs that have been absent for a while, or in Star Ocean's case, the last couple of titles haven't been everybody's favorite in The Last Hope and Integrity and Faithlessness. So offering people a way to at least get a taste of the game before they drop their $60, I think is a great way to promote the game. And on top of that, you have DioField Chronicle, which is out in just a couple of days. And I know a lot of people, based on our comment section and just talking to people, that have been sold on that game based on playing the demo. And the people that were probably pushed away from buying the game, they were probably on the fence anyway, so you probably weren't going to have them buy the game without a demo anyway. So I think in the case of DioField Chronicle, I think in the case of demos in general, it's always going to be a net positive, especially for these lower key games where there are a ton of people on the fence. And I would classify Star Ocean, Valkyrie Elysium, and DioField Chronicle. All three of those games are games that I feel like a large portion of the gaming community were on the fence about, and I think a lot of people have been sold on Valkyrie Elysium and DioField Chronicle. At least we'll see how Star Ocean's demo is received. But you're also talking about demos that offer a decent bit of content. Like the DioField demo was about 2 hours long, the Divine Force demo is looking to be about 2 hours long, so that's a sizable amount to at least get a bit of an idea of what the game is going to offer. The Divine Force is priced at $60 on both PlayStation 4 and 5. If you pre-order the game, you get a set of 2 weapons for the protagonist and set of 4 accessories and pawn game pieces. There is a digital deluxe edition that'll include some other in-game items, a digital soundtrack, yada yada yada. $75 seems kind of pricey for the digital deluxe based on the content that you're getting, but nonetheless, you know, if you do want to pick that up, go for it. I imagine in this case, most people will be sticking with the standard edition if they are pre-ordering the game. Alright, moving on from that, a lot of talk regarding a potential brand new PlayStation 5 console with a detachable disc drive. This is coming from Tom Henderson, and it notes over on Insider Gaming, the PlayStation 5 is set to get a unique overhaul in the middle of fiscal year 2023, with the new console launching around September 2024. Sources familiar with Sony's plans have shared details under the condition of anonymity, outlining the next iteration of the PlayStation 5. It's been suggested this new console will completely replace the A, B, and C chassis that have been in production since the console's launch. The console, currently named the D chassis, PlayStation 5 will have almost identical hardware to the existing console already on the market. The most surprising new feature of the new PlayStation 5, though, is that the console will have a detachable disc drive. The detachable disc drive will be connected to the PlayStation 5 using an extra USB-C port on the back of the console. It's understood that this new PlayStation 5 console will be sold on its own or in a bundle with the detachable disc drive. It's also understood that the disc drive can also be purchased separately, so if it gets busted, there's no need to buy an entirely new console. Sources have implied that although the new detachable disc drive is portable, it will not ruin the aesthetic of the console and will attach to it without looking external. That was my big worry about when I first heard about this. An external disc drive, that's not exactly what I would like as far as aesthetics are concerned, but if you can incorporate it where it still looks like a standard PlayStation 5, I think that can work fine. The new detachable disk drive could entail that the new iteration of the PlayStation 5 will be slimmer and lighter, which is something Sony has been trying to implement effectively with its latest PS5 models. It's understood that Sony is anticipating producing 18.5 million units of the new PlayStation 5 console in fiscal year 23, and only 12 units of the A to C chassis consoles as they begin to be phased out. Sony Interactive has reported as of June of 2022, the company has shipped over 21.7 million PS5 consoles, and again, I'll leave a link to the full post in the description box below. What I'm more curious about is price point. I imagine just based on the fact it's digital and disk drive, it would be $400 and $500 still. Like, I don't see any reason why Sony would be of the mindset, let's cut the price of the PlayStation 5, as if that's gonna do anything as far as the market goes. Hell, Sony is looking to increase the price of the PlayStation 5 in a lot of areas. I do wonder, could that be a reason for them to up the price of the digital-only console to $450 and, let's say, sell the standalone disc drive for, like, you know, $69.99 or something like that? I don't know, just incremental ways for them to rake in a little extra cash. But nonetheless, it will be interesting to see how the market is going to react to this, and how people in general are going to react to it, and if that'll offer more PS5s to be available in the wild. I mean, we're approaching 2 years since the PS5 has initially launched, and it's still pretty scarce to go into a store and get a PS5. Is that even really possible at this point? Like, can you just walk into a store and, oh, it's my lucky day, there's a PS5 on the store? Like, I've never seen that, and I go out shopping relatively frequently, like, not all that frequently anymore, but, you know, still a decent amount, and I've never seen a PS5 in the wild. A lot of the times it's the case of, okay, the store will tell you, we're gonna have consoles in stock at this time, at this day, come in early, and then you can pick yours up. But it's not like you can just walk in and, you know, get one and skedaddle your way back home. That I have not seen, but, you know, your mileage may vary on that one. Lastly, I do want to note, as noted on the Cheap Ass Gamer Twitter, I just found this kind of humorous news. Babylon's Fall is being removed at GameStop store locations. If you want a free case and a coaster, maybe find one before GameStop employee gets around to tossing it into the dumpster. They might just let you have it after they scan it. This is a regular thing that GameStop does when it comes to games that are shutting down. I believe they did this with Anthem. They probably did this with Massive Action Game on the PlayStation 3. I don't know why I chose to point that out. Just because I played the hell out of the game back in the day. 256 players, guys, it's so cool. Yeah, they sold my dummy head on that one, but I love me some Massive Action Game. Nonetheless, it looks like Babylon's Fall continues to be the butt of a lot of jokes, but in this case, it's just GameStop clearing storage, and they no longer want to sell the game. They do this a lot with, like, older sports games as well. Like, when you have a Madden from, like, 7 years ago, like, still hoarded in the back of the store, yeah, it's about time to phase that out. But nonetheless, Babylon's Fall, man, 6 months from launch, being phased out in this way, where the game is being thrown into the dumpsters and giving it away, kind of wild to see. This might be the quickest turnaround I've seen. I believe Anthem had a longer run than this, quite a longer run than this, so yeah, pretty remarkable. And this was a game done by Platinum, guys. It's so wild to think about. But nonetheless, there you have it. But that's going to do it for me. Again, Star Ocean The Divine Force, the free demo, is available right now. About 2 hours of content. Definitely go check that out. Sony looking to launch a new PlayStation 5 come September of 24. And as far as Babylon's Fall go, that game is really being phased out with GameStop throwing away and giving away copies of the game. Potentially giving away copies of the game. Your mileage may vary on that. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.